So in my second video response, looking over what we have covered the past 2 weeks, my main points that I really liked, and I'm going to be using the book this time because I'm trying to recollect everything, but the ones that I really liked, chapter 3, Dance at the Dawn of Time. So from that is how we had to put in our PowerPoint together. And from the PowerPoint, I had said the dances that I really liked were the cosmic or celestial dances, animal dances, totemism, and animism, and the trance dances. So the cosmic or celestial dances, I really like the movement from those and what it means. Basically, they were worshiping the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxy, something I've always been very fascinated about. So I thought that part of history and with putting it together with dance was just very different from hearing it basically just, oh, it's the moon, it's the stars. Putting it in the dance, it's more of a story. It's more praying to the sun, praying to the moon, praying to the stars and everything, which they believe that's how the weather would change, that's how the night would change, that's how their physical bodies would change, which is how we also interpret into like the blood moon, how the blood moon here the next day at on the island, the water was pulled back the next day after the blood moon. So, and I was kind of freaking out, and my dad had said, yeah, it's because of the blood moon, supposedly it has something to do with the tide and everything. So I thought, yeah, okay, well then with the dancing and everything, they take that as we're praying to the moon, we're praying to the sun, we're praying so the seasons and the weather and everything can just be at peace and go calmly. So I really like the cosmic and the celestial dances. But my favorite is the animal dances, totemism, and animism. A couple of years ago, we had gone to a national park in Colorado where we saw a native dancer, performing one of their dances, and it was with like the hula hoops, and she was mimicking an eagle. She was dressed with a bunch of feathers. She had the head dressed with a bunch of feathers. She had a beak on, and then she had hula hoops that were all connected to her arms, so she was just doing like eagle dances from what they believe is eagle dances. I thought that dance was very beautiful. I thought it was amazing. I loved the music with it and everything. And reading about it, it's a form of them showing, I appreciate this animal. This is my spirit animal. This is how I see myself. This is how I connect to this animal, which I think is so beautiful because coming from a major animal lover, I think that's so amazing how someone can connect with an animal that close and, perform something for it based off of it, not for it, based off of it. So, and the fact that they would also think of it as their own power, but also vow to not kill that animal or not, use that animal for resources and everything. So I thought that was very, very amazing. And lastly, the trance dances. I just always like how those dances pan out. I think it's a very, very ritualistic type of movement that it's very different compared to a lot of dances. So, it's them feeling like they should become part of that spirit, part of that element, part of that animal, part of that plant. It's just different things where they feel like they can be one with that element and one with that, that animal, one with that God, basically, as in like they're able to, they think that performing those dances, they have possessed that power from that animal or from that plant or from that God, which I think is amazing because a lot of them that was basically their prayer. It was performing these trance dances to hopefully inhibit some of those powers, to, become better at hunting, become better at praying, become better at talking, become better at whatever they want to become better at. But they're using that element through dance, which I thought it was very amazing. So that was my recap for this week's video response, and we'll see what the next couple weeks have to offer.